right, game number 2, Imagine and GODAR. Imagine taking game number 1. Locklear, call it for us, buddy.
All right, well, we've got a alien startup in Pipeworks and a marine start obviously down in Docking Bay with the arms lab opening, the same as GODAR start last game, but Wobb's building it with Highball. And we've got Valken Ice coming Gravity to meet Malgo and Alcalde, Ulti and Sammy G moving towards Pub.
First blood here in Gravity, just like the last game. Only one Skulk here in Gravity, though. So it looks like Supply Lines is going to be in trouble for the one Marine that's down there. Although it does look like Ancestral has taken down Gun. And they cleared the Skulk up here by Oxygenation. So right now, Marines very much winning their early engagements against GODAR.
Yeah, we're seeing a fairly similar opening to the last game, and the Marines got the early frags, forced the Skulks back, took good positions. A little difference here, though, is that the aliens have opted for a triple shell opening with a Gorge Tunnel into Oregon.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Gorge Tunnel, that's going to put Infestation down, allow them maybe a little bit quicker response time from the Hive, or what I'm guessing is actually going to be a waste recycling Gorge Tunnel to connect from both those locations. Ulti down and Marine start. Highball getting out of the chair. IP down to around 65% as B1 spawns in. This Skulk is dead. Nothing that can happen there. But Highball dead as well, so that's going to be pretty bad for the Marines out in the field if they're going to get attacked. No med packs are coming for a little while. Volk working on the res node in here and repairs as Malga just can't seem to land that final shot down onto him. Ice also coming down to the vent there to try to support as B1 comes in to help Malga finish off Volk.
Yeah, that extractor is very low. We'll probably see Icefeld clean it up once the Marine leaves.
What's going on up in Oxygenation?
Well, it looks like they're trying to put a tunnel there, but it's not complete yet.
Yeah, it looks like the Gorge died here before the tunnel could be complete. And because Infestation's not grown, it can't finish building the tunnel for them. And there's pressure that started over in organ donation. So right now, the aliens are in a tough spot. They've got to start pushing the Marines back. I think one of the benefits that we're seeing at the moment is the fact that Imagine maybe not holding as much res as GODAR was at the 3-minute mark in the last game, but they're really gosh darn close.
Yeah, we're seeing a pretty similar opening from the last game, and the aliens have only killed about 1 extractor in the first 3 minutes, same as Imagine did. The difference here, though, is really going to come down to how well they can defend Oxygenation here from B1. If they can get this node down and then pressure organ donation, it could be really bad for the aliens.
And Locke, I'm going to mute myself for a little bit, so go ahead and keep following along because I don't want the dog barking in everybody's ear.
Sure. So, with B1 pressuring here in Oxygenation, taking out the Gorge Tunnel, that's pretty huge. I mean, if he could win this fight against Golden too, and he takes him down, no axe kill for him. So that was pretty big there, saving that node and getting that Marine out of that room. But the aliens have still really failed to get any extractors down. Marines are holding 5 going on 6, and it's really going to come down to the lurks here to see if they can start pushing this game back in their favor. With weapons 2 cooking and the Marines sitting in a much better place than GODAR was last game, things are starting to get a little out of hand for GODAR's aliens.
Would you say that the Marines are playing a little more defensively over their res nodes, trying to build up their upgrades as quickly as possible? Or would you just think that they're just winning these engagements well enough that it's a good situation for them to not have to worry about it?
I think it's a mix of both. I mean, B1, it was the solo pressure, and Oxy got a little bit of work done, got the tunnel down, won a 1v1 there, as well as the Marines being quite defensive on the nodes and winning their 1v1s against the Skulks on the nodes. It's just a combination of the two, and it's just allowed them to control much more RTs than GODAR did last game.
All right, looks like Malgan and Zestria cleaning up around here, and we lost a lurk.
B1 taking down Ulti solo and trash ejection with Icefeld nearby. Now that's not an easy thing to do. That was really great shooting from B1.
And that's a big win yet again for these Marines as they're now pressuring Oxygenation and Zestria and Malga working to try to get this lurk out of the room, but they're not landing their shots. Mindas coming in from behind, able to take down both of those Marines. and that's going to be a big win for them. But losing that lurk, not so great.
That's exactly what GODAR needed last game, and I mean, Highvol going weapons 3 now with the lurk down, things are going to be really, really rough when the fades come up, and we're still 10 P-res away for Valk to go fade.
I got a message from Strayan. Thank you so much for making me totally check that and trolling me like that. Love you, bro. Alright, 2 Skull clearing out the node in Baywing, and you can tell the aliens' focus is getting down this res. They've got the Marines back onto 4 res nodes. The lurk desperately trying to fly around, but Gun taking a lot of damage from Ancestral as he's going to have to retreat back to the hive. They've been able to keep oxygenation up, which is really big for them, but they've got to keep focus on this res. Gravity going down, that's going to take them down to 3. But they're building electrical core. That lurk has got to be able to get some damage going on electrical core, as Ancestral is only at about 50% health.
Well, interestingly enough, with ulti down, Sammy G has decided to lurk in his place with Icefelt, but they're not really playing together right now. Icefelt alone, oh, and he gets picked. Oh.
That was probably not the best thing to happen right there. And that's really unfortunate. I mean, Icefelt's a good lurk, but he just got caught in a bad situation. And we saw this happen on Gravity a lot in the last games we've watched on Jambi, as well as some of the practices that were going on this weekend. Gravity is just a really kind of tough room for the lurks because you don't know when someone's going to pop around that corner, and there's a lot of good line of sights in that room.
It's such an open room, and with weapons 2 up and 2 LMGs there, it was a really hard fight for Icefelt to really engage alone. The lurks just need to be together.
You got Ulti and an egg over here as Gun comes around the corner. Alcalde kind of alone, and Zestriel just missing that egg. And they're doing some cleanup here. They're trying to grab their 4th harvester over in waste recycling, and they're putting pressure on more res nodes. I mean, I think they're doing everything they can. They've just got to be able to get some more clearing of these upper north Marines. And that's really on the lurk.
Totally. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on Sammy G now to perform. And Valk getting closer and closer to fade, though, it could be a really critical thing. If they could secure waste, get a second hive up, Valk comes up as a fade, they could really start turning this game around, perhaps with Leap, with all the skulks that they have, and getting Celerity, or maybe even Shade Hive.
Golden, realizing that he really does need to be aggressive with the income for the aliens, has already spread infestation to Baywing. Vault coming in to defend here as well. And this is probably a good situation, because if they can win that and get that 5th harvester up, that'll allow those, dead life forms who are low on P-res to get back into the game a lot faster. We're already at the point where, really Mindas could go lurk. I would not like him to do that. I'd like him to hold off till a fade. But it's going to be tough. 1 fade, 1 lurk, that's hard.
I mean, not only that, Wasabi, you're saying 1 fade, 1 lurk, they're low on life forms, but they're going to be playing against weapons 3, probably armor 2 for the fade. That is going to be extremely hard to deal with, as weapons 3 shotguns will tear through a fade in about 2 shots, and a fade has to tear through a marine in 4 swipes. It's pretty damn difficult.
Yeah, and you're seeing this now. That weapons 3 shotgun in the hand of B1 is just kind of like owning everything around the corner. It doesn't even have to get a full shot on these guys to do damage. Whips down and just owns Mindas, but Icefelt right there in Gravity as he moves to build the node.
Yeah, even with Carapace, that weapons 3 shotgun just tears through the aliens.
Metabolize being researched. Can you probably have a better way of explaining Metabolize than I do.
Metabolize, the way I use it personally and the way I think most Fates will use it is mostly something that you can use in combat or out of combat to regenerate your energy, obviously, in order to prolong your uptime as a fade. It allows you to continue moving, to continue participating in engagement, swiping or blinking, just a little bit longer. And as you micromanage that in an engagement, it'll allow you to really prolong things and take part in engagements that last a little bit longer than usual, whether it be because of the armor on the Marines or just having to clear 3 or 4 Marines so the engagement lasts longer. So it just kind of helps the fade scale in that regard.
B1's still alive here in Gravity, pretty much taking down anything that gets near him. Marines sitting on 5 extractors, And they've dropped the second hive and waste recycling. Double Marines, B1 and Zestral headed that way right now as Baywing did go down, so they know that the aliens really want the right side. And, the aliens still doing everything they can. 37 res in the bank, 3940, 4 harvesters online. We've got our first fade Volk out on the field, moving around through gravity, coming to hit the backside of Baywing here. And Mindas at 30 res himself here in just a second. I mean, he needs just a little bit more, and holding these 4 harvesters up is huge to that right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at a base rush, though. I mean, both Lurks back up, ulti back up his Lurk, Skulk's coming in. This is going to be huge.
And this is a good way to get them to spend their money right now. Forcing the beacon brings them back. They don't have any of the phase gates anywhere because they don't have it researched. So this could be what they continue to just do over and over and over again to help keep up where they are. They lost the harvester. They have to defend this hive. Yeah, they lost the harvester and Organ Donation, and that, you're right, is exactly where they need to be careful right now, is they can't afford to let these Marines all bum rush the hive. And you can tell they're going to do 2-2 pressure on either side with shotguns, because it's going to force them, knowing that they're that low on the life forms, to really go all in on one area.
They know that in order to get res down or defend this hive, the best course of action here would be to base rush with the Marines out of position, and they're doing it again.
Yeah, and this is going to really slow down med packing and, beaconing. And I'm not seeing res disappear when he's beaconing.
I don't know. He has 5 RTs.
It could just be, recapping that fast on it.
Right.
But this is buying time. The alien hive up in waste recycling at 54. No drifter on it, though. He needs to get a drifter on that right away. Drifter's growing outside in Bay Wing. Sorry, lots of happenings over here in repairs. They've taken down 1 Marine there. Oh, and Volk's got to be very careful. So does Gun. We do have 2 Lurks back out again. We're at Biomass 3. He needs that hive to finish so that he can research Umbra. And Phase Tech is nearly done. I think things are going to really start going in the Marines' favor as soon as that Phase Tech finishes.
I mean, their weapons 3, armor 3, with Phase Tech pushing on this hive with 3 or 4 Marines, which I think Highball's plan here is probably to get a phase near Baywing and push this hive hard before any more fades or high life forms come up. Actually, it looks like he's just pushing the hive without any PGs. 3 shotguns in the hive.
And Gun has gone down over an Organ Donation as he was defending over there against the Marine. It does look like they killed the Marine with the help of a Skulk, but losing that Lurk yet again, that's a tough situation. Gun does have enough to go Lurk again. Rupture going off in waste recycling as Vault comes in from behind, not able to land a swipe, but still, because of the low health, and Zestral and Malg are going to get out of this room.
Well, they made a nice pick there. Mendas went in, made 2 bites on a shotgun. Ulti picked him off with the spikes, and that pretty much kills that push. They can't really hope to hold that with just 2 Marines. But Valk taking on B1 here at the PG. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, the PG and Gravity, this is, it's a strong PG, but at the same time, it can be a place to hold the Marines back again. I don't know. It looks like maybe they're deciding to cut off their oxygenation, cut the 2 hives off separately, and go that route. Umbra started.
I was really thinking they were going to go for a Bay PG and really pressure that hive hard before a second fade or an Onos came out. But now Mendas up as a fade, both Lurks back up. Golden expanding the EC and Icefelt taking on the RT and Supply. It's just actually really starting to look really good for the aliens.
Yeah, but it can change extremely quickly with the loss of one of those fades. Or even these Lurks. They've got to be really careful. The damage output by those shotguns at level 3 is just not something to be, dealing with right now. And Golden's trying to spread to Electrical Core, but the Marines keep rushing over there to just kind of stop that from happening. They've got to cut off this res flow again for the Marines, though, because at this point, you're talking, arcs and sentries and so forth. So they've got to be a little more careful about not letting the Marines have so much income. And with weapons 3 and armor 3 up, he doesn't really have to invest in a whole lot.
Oh. Valk possibly getting pitched here and offload by Wob. But it looks like he's going to take the safe route out and go through Skylight's vent.
Almost walked right back into Malka and B1 on his way to waste recycling. And they know that he needs to get through there, so they're just going to be hunting him on the right side.
No doubt. If the Fades can defend waste recycling effectively here, that bone wall going down by Golden, but the Fades aren't there. they really need to start getting shotguns down because the Marines have a lot of P-res in the bank. They have a lot of shotguns on the field, and they just need to start grouping up with the Umbra and picking them off with the Fades.
All right, the double Fades just got a big win by taking out the shotgunning Marine and oxygenation. They need to be on this gate. Really, you know, this gate is vitally important to the Marines' momentum here, and one Fade and one Lurk is not the way to take that down.
No, they really need to do a better job here of utilizing the power that they have right now, which is in their Fades, their double upgrades on their Fades, and Umbra. And with Leap started, it's not really going to help that much, as they only have one Skulk on the field. But they really just need to focus on grouping up. They're not grouping up very effectively here, and that's why they're losing these engagements.
Yeah, Wobb's going to go down here, though, on Electrical Core. They did finish off the res node. Infestation already there. And, you know, Golden just saying we're going to get so much res up that, you know, they're going to have to focus on taking it down because they know that our life forms are going to explode. But we've got to also, like you said, focus on those shotguns. They've got to take those down. Look at the P-res for the Marines. 60, 43, 57, 37, 57. That is just lots of shotguns. And
maybe several waves crazy. Of shotguns.
Yeah, I mean, but maybe even something crazy is, you know, like jetpacks. On this map, jetpacks can be pretty ridiculous, especially, you know, at this scenario.
Right, I mean, GODAR has done a pretty good job with the res. 14 extractors down now by the 16-minute mark. So it's a pretty good indication that the aliens are doing well on the res. Valk killing B1 shotgun and transfer. They're doing okay, but they really need to start grouping up, getting these shotguns down, and then clearing the gate afterwards. I mean, they have Umbra, they have 2 Fades.
And
I don't know why they're not doing it.
The gate push happening now. They didn't wait for the Skulk, so it's double Lurk, Fade. It's kind of a grinder here. Nobody was really going to go through that. But the Marines have taken oxygenation, and you know that also means that they're probably going to take a phase gate here to help try to cut it off. I like the pack play. I think it's smart from them. I think getting cut off at oxygenation doesn't mean so much right now.
No, it doesn't at all. They could just group up and clear it right now.
Yeah. That was
about going in a little early.
Shotgun row of death right there. He's lucky he didn't register any of those.
Yeah, extremely lucky. Going in early like that without your other Fade against 2 Web 3 armored through shotguns. That was just mistimed.
Alright, so phase gate going back up in gravity. I don't necessarily think that, again, that's the best idea in the world. Marines recapping a little bit of res, up to 4 nodes again. Aliens still trying to spread out on the left side along Electrical Core as the Harvester has gone down. Ulti taking down supply lines as Wob is getting attacked by Valk from behind as a Fade.
Valk winning that fight pretty handily there, not taking much damage. But I would like to see the aliens really just group up and get some shotguns down as a group. Just multiple shotguns down and really start draining that P-res. Because like you said, 61, 44, 64, just so much P-res.
Well, aliens are sitting on 32 res in the team bank right now as the phase gate goes up in Baywing. And it might be too little too late because Ice is at 51 res. And with potentially 2 more res nodes building, I don't necessarily know that Electrical Core will get built. But 4 active Harvesters, he's going to be Onos pretty quick. And there's no, you know, there's no cap packs. They are on Armor 3, Web 3, which is going to help them a lot. But, you know, they could group up and take this phase gate right now. That's going to make it really difficult for this team.
But yeah, I mean, the Ice felt pulling Ancestral out of position to allow the 1v4 in Baywing. But they still lost a Lurk off of that. And they're just really struggling here. Oh, Val. Very close.
Oh, they're trying so hard to take that gate down to 28% as they rush back through gravity. All healing up now. Ulti looks to be grabbing some upgrade. And down goes the Lurk. Gun is down. No more Lurks on the field. It's only the double Fades.
I just don't understand why there wasn't any Umbra used there. I didn't see any Umbra casted. Maybe I'm blind.
I didn't see any Umbra sprayed at all.
They've had Umbra for quite a while, and they should be... Maybe they don't have the biomass. Maybe Golden forgot to get the biomass. They only have 4 out of 12.
Well, but isn't Umbra unlocked at 4?
It's 4 or 5. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it in quite a while.
All right, well, our apologies there. Look at this. The Bavard whips coming down, and they're going to take down this gate. So what,
they are
what
using
the
Umbra
life
now.
forms couldn't do, the Bavard does. Clearing out Baywing. And now the Marines still on 4 extractors, But, you know, nothing on the right side. Gravity is their push forward point. The Whip's doing good damage as we get these lurks back into the game, or at least the one. Umbra being used finally, which is good. You can see it spraying out a little bit here. And now Ice felt the Onos. And I think, you know what? I think this is the opportunity where you say, let's move in. We either take out Gravity or we bum rush down to base and clear whatever's in our path. I mean,
Yeah, with that Onos up and Umbra is actually up. Sammy G using it now. It is on full biomass. They could really start turning this game around and just start forcing these gates down.
And I think it's going to be Gravity. Here's the play. We've got Ice moving in. Umbra from Gun. They're going to try to come back through the phase gate. They're going down pretty hard. But down goes Gun, which means no more Umbra. Ice has got to get out of this room before he gets chased down by those Marines. Wow.
Ah, man, I just, the Glor took too much of a risk there. He should have just let the other life forms tank the Marines down. Instead, he ate a shotgun blast to the face, and no more Umbra.
And I think if you're going to go after a phase gate especially, they know how much they have to defend that. The catch there is you've got to go in with everybody. Wob trying to get a gate up over here and offload. You know, Bay's still holding its own pretty well. The Alien's still sitting on 4 Harvesters against 4 Extractors. But they cannot let things just lie right now. They've got to get something going.
Oh, I absolutely agree. I mean, the Fades are doing a pretty good job of cleaning up the lone Marines and getting these shotguns down. The P-Res is starting to drain a little bit, but you still have Malga at 74, Alcalde at 63, Wob at 57, and Zestral at 54. I mean, it's just insane the amount of resources that the Marines have at their disposal.
Yeah, the only way to get away with Marines with that much P-Res is to make sure that they're dead and can't spawn.
Exactly. I mean, you just want to keep killing them over and over and grouping up and just crushing groups of them and just destroying those shotguns and keeping them down, but it's just not happening.
All right, here we go. Ice is engaging double shotguns. Malga getting some great shots down on Ice, but he's going to go down with the assistance of those Fades. And now they're converging back on Gravity, but they're going to call that no because there's 2 shotguns defending.
Absolutely. Valk peeking there a bit, seeing that there's 2 shotguns ready for that, and quickly gets out of there thanks to Celerity. But it's just the Marines just holding 4 or 5 Extractors and have so much resource, and the Aliens have just failed to make a move really on Gravity, but it might come right here. Malga, the only defender in Grav versus 2 Fades and Onos.
Get on the Onos! Come on, get over there! You can tank some of those bullets from the rifle. Just keep working on the dang thing. Let the Fades do what they need to do. You got time before these shotguns roll back in. Keep working on it. Don't run away. Don't run away. Now get the hell out of there.
Nicely timed
and
there.
They've got the money to do this, but that buys them more time. It causes them to spend more money. And, that was the play that needed to happen. It didn't work out how they wanted it to. Pulled the Marines out of position,
and it allows some res biting to happen.
Right. Now, they're going to lose Baywing because they didn't send everybody back. But they're still sitting on 3 Harvesters themselves. They've got the Skulks working on the res nodes left and right, doing everything that they need to do. And, I like it. I mean, they've just got to be really careful now because the Marines, if they could realize that all they really need to do is sit on one side of these hives, get a phase gate up, and then robo the damn thing, they could be in a very comfortable position themselves. We
could eventually see an arc play here in Baywing. If they get the PG up here, if they put 4 to 5 Marines there, and look, there's the PG now, they could easily arc this. It really just comes down to how well the Aliens can defend.
Yeah, they got these cat packs out, and it looks like they want to go for Gravity again. They know that this gate's back up, but this is going to be tough because the cat packs are going to allow them to chase this Marines down, this Onos down, as both Fades have abandoned the Onos, making him essentially have to abandon that as well. But look at the left side of the map. Now you've got, work happening over here. They've never really taken Electrical Core, but if they could, say, find a way to hold that area and even get a 3rd hive up, they could get a lot of abilities unlocked for this Onos.
Absolutely. I mean, Icefelt just mowing through these Marines. They could take this to Gravity. Wob phasing through just in time.
I wouldn't do that.
They should definitely get out of there.
I would take out that phase gate that was building that's at 91%, 88% built, but they chose not to. I think that was a mistake. I think he could have easily attacked that knowing that there was 4 Marines in Gravity after 1 Skulk.
Absolutely. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of time to do it now. They did have cat packs, but the Fades were buying time, and Gravity definitely had time to do that.
Oh, this, Icefelt, you got to be a little more confident in your Onos ability with all these life forms around you. Just don't be the front.
Especially with Umbra back up now, that's pretty important. They can really start just mowing through these shotguns with Umbra. I mean, it is only a 25% reduction, but that almost completely cancels out the Weapons 3 upgrade.
All right, like I said, this phase gate was at 90 or 88% built. Now it's done. Low on health, but it's built. And that puts the Marines in a very comfortable position. Icefelt trying to engage Alcalde here. Mindas going into the vent, able to take Alcalde down. And it looks like the Onos has decided to engage.
Absolutely, he's tearing through these shotguns. He gets onto that. If he gets onto that gate, I mean, it's just done.
All right, over in electrical cores, it does look like Ancestral's just kind of the puppet over here, taking down as much as he can, even took down organ donation. So the alien's back down to 3 res nodes, but Volk is also at the point where he can go Onos. So if he loses that fade, he could go Onos. Ulti is 58, so this is pretty much moved completely into the alien's favor at this point.
It has, but if you look at the amount of P-res that the Marines still have, I mean, they can just buy shotguns for days.
Days and days and days. These are the days of our lives. Well, I mean, but I think they've got to make a play. I think they've got to take the double Onos. They've got to go straight down to Marine start, and they've got to engage and stay, because they could win it. Double Onos, double fade with Umbra, and then have Golden Eagle get out of the chair. And it looks like that's what they're doing. They're grouping up, moving into Gravity here as a team, going after Ancestral and Malga, taking them down. Umbra spraying all over the place. These guys just cannot kill these life forms.
They're going for the win right here.
Yeah, they're trying to take down that Onos. He's smart to get out of the room in time. Coming back in as he knows there's only one Marine here. They can't come back through the phase gate. And they've got to know at this point there's little they're going to be able to do to win this. Not that they can't, but the third hive, I thought it said third hive has been dropped.
Third hive is in Gravity.
Yeah, right here in Gravity in front of my eyes.
Yep. And, I mean, the Marines are basically max teched unless Hival starts tapping into some proto tech. But they have so much P-res, I mean, you just can't count the Marines out at this point. They push hard, they all focus the same target with those Weapons 3 shotguns. They can start picking these life forms. It just really comes down to the shot.
They just called 4 out of base. You know they're coming to Marine start at this point.
Absolutely.
And like I said, let the beacon happen. Yeah, I think Volk overplayed that a little bit too much. He got into the base, started working on some of the towers there, and that just was a little bit unfortunate. They didn't take down the whips. They took down the shade and then built a phase gate here at trash ejection, but power's not done, so they weren't able to do much. Oh, Ice has got to be careful as 3 Marine shotgunners all turn around to face him. In comes Ulti from the other side, dealing damage left and right. Bone Ball coming down to trap those Marines from moving around to try to get away from the Onos. And man, oh man, there is just carnage in trash ejection.
Icefelt coming back in with low HP, but he knows he can take it with that Umbra and that regen.
Phase gate placed by, I'm guessing, Ancestral. No, yeah, over here in offload, it looks like they're going to go for a sneaky hive kill over in Oregon.
Yeah, Hival leading the charge here, actually.
Golden's called it. He sees it, he hears it, and he's going to say base trade. If anything, you're going to get a little bit of damage on that hive, and you guys all rush into base. Malka's out of the chair. They cannot beacon.
Oh, man. This is probably a good game.
Yeah, there we go. They're going to take a hive, but the aliens don't care because they're going to take docking. And that's going to be a win for GODAR. So far, 2 alien wins on NSL Week 8 Premier Division play.